May I request you, sir, to please present a bouquet of fresh flowers to Shri P.L. Haranad. Thank you very much, sir, for being a wonderful host. I'll request you, sir, to present a bouquet to Shri V. Janardhan Rao. Thank you, sir, for being present here, for all the support in making this roadshow successful. May I request you to please present a bouquet to Shri Sanjeev Kumar Gupta. Thank you, Dham Report, for supporting the cause and being present here at the roadshow. And to present a bouquet to Shri Nilabhra Das Gupta, Deputy Chairperson, PPA. PPA family has done a lot of hard work in making this roadshow research chapter special and successful. Thank you so much, Shri Bahika, for doing the honors. And now that we have given a floral welcome to the dignitaries on dais, time to officially inaugurate Roadshow GMIS 2023 by ceremonial lamp lighting. May I request all dignitaries to please light the ceremonial lamp and officially inaugurate this wonderful initiative. Being grounded, connected to our roots has always been what PPA family has been very, very proud of. It's a big day and we would like to start it in the most auspicious way ever possible, that is by ceremonial lamp lighting. Thank you, lady. Thank you, gentlemen, for doing the honors. Can we have a round of applause for the official inauguration of Roadshow GMIS 2023 Orissa chapter? A moment of absolute pride and honor that was. Thank you so much, dignitaries. Please take your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, a very happy Teachers' Day to all of you. The domain we are all a tiny part of has been no less than a teacher, so may the maritime trade grow and we all prosper alongside. And with that, talking about this roadshow, as you are all aware, the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways has announced the third edition of GMIS with the theme Connect, Collaborate, and Create Thereby, inviting the maritime stakeholders across the world to kickstart joint initiatives with India across a wide domain of maritime offerings and be a part of India's growth trajectory. GMIS 2023 is focused on providing a forum for global thought leaders to design the next wave of maritime innovation. Today, India is home to 12 major ports, over 200 other ports, 30 shipyards, and a comprehensive hub of diverse maritime service providers. Being a part of the world's busiest trade route elevates the economic prominence of India's maritime sector. 95% of India's foreign trade and 70% of its total trade in terms of value takes place through seaways. As a country, we are striving towards achieving continual growth in maritime sector and emerge as one of the leading blue economies of the world. And talking about this roadshow, we have all major stakeholders right here to share their ideas, thoughts, and insights with one mission to make GMIS 2023 a gigantic success. Time for the formal welcome address. May I request Captain of the host team, Shri P.L. Haranad, to set the context and officially welcome everyone. Sir.
So good morning to all of you. The Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, is organizing the biggest maritime event of the globe, Global Maritime India Summit 2023, the third edition, from 17th to 19th October at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. So Honorable Prime Minister will be inaugurating the event. As a prelude to this particular maritime summit, today the Paradip Port Authority is organizing a roadshow, and I thank all of you for participating in this event. I take this opportunity to welcome our Honorable Minister of State for Port, Shipping and Waterways, Sri Shantanu Thakurji, who will be joining online. He was supposed to come to today's event as the chief guest, but because he is slightly indisposed, so he will be joining online from his residence from Kolkata. I also welcome Shri Hemant Sharma ji, so Principal Secretary of for Industries, Government of Orissa, Srimati Usha Padi ji, Principal Secretary for Commerce and Transport, Government of Orissa, and Shri Bhushan Kumar ji, the Joint Secretary for Sagarmala and Minister of Port Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, Shri V. Janardhan Rao ji, the CEO of Gopalpur Port, and Shri Sanjeev Gupta ji, COO of Dhamra Port, and our Deputy Chairman, Shri Nela Bradas Gupta, and all the esteemed the maritime stakeholders of Orissa State for attending this event. So I would like to make some small presentation, because presentation I feel that is a better way of communication rather than speaking. Last decade, the Indian maritime industry has witnessed a sea change. The change has not come in a tiny installment kind of growth. It is a transformation. This transformation has been possible under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji. Last decade, a number of initiatives have been initiated by the Government of India. Maybe the Sagarmala program and the Maritime Ports Authorities Act, the Gati Shakti program, Maritime Vision, and in association with the general growth, wonderful growth in the GDP, has fueled this kind of transformation in the maritime sector in the last decade. Just you can see the figures. The traffic has gone to 1.4 billion tons last year, 22-23, 50% growth in the last one decade. The post capacity addition has been 1100 million tons per annum, out of which 800 million tons has come only from the major port sector. Then overall turnaround of the vessels for the entire port sector has improved by 55%. The coastal cargo, which is the most logistically convenient, environmentally suitable kind of mode, and has improved by 90% in the last decade. So if you can see the growth opportunity for the next decade, today, of course, the data which has been presented by our statistical department is 1 year before. It is 1.4 billion as on date for the entire port sector, including major ports and non-major ports. This is expected to grow to 2.5 billion tons by 2030. The major growth is expected to come from coal, that is the coastal shipping of the coal, and second is the containers. So the present capacity, which is 2.5 billion tons across the Indian port sector, is required to be augmented to more than 4 billion capacity per annum next a decade. This is our requirement. So just I would like to enumerate the role of the Paradip Port Authority in the coming Global Maritime Summit. So just I want to tell you that those who do not know, that Paradip Port has been recognized as the best port in the country by Government of India for its overall performance, and has been awarded Sagar Shrestha Samman for the year 22-23. In fact, we have contributed 25% of the total growth that has happened in the major port sector of the country. So you can see the Paradip Port growth story for the last 10 years. So we have added 60 million tons of capacity, 30% growth in the capacity. The cargo volumes have gone up by 100%, if you say overall decade. The productivity parameter, which is very important for the customers, one is the productivity. OSBD is the productivity that we achieve if a vessel is parked at a berth for a single day. It has gone up from 18,000 to 31,000. We are the best in the country in terms of productivity. And second is the turnaround of the vessels. Turnaround of the vessels is a cost to the customer. The lesser the turnaround, the better it will be. So we have come down from 119 hours in 2017. Today we have come to less than 50 hours, 47 hours. But just in 2 days, the vessel will come and go from us. So you can see the future projects, because we are not happy with the capacity we have added. We want to add further capacity. By 2030, next 6 to 7 years, we will be completing these 8 projects, which will be awarded. Almost out of the 8 projects, 5 projects will be awarded next financial year itself, because for awarding of the project, we have to go through a lot of process. First, there will be a DPR, then approval by the ministry, environmental clearance, tendering, financial closure. All these things we want to complete in 1.5 years' time, and then award out of these 8 projects, 5 projects next 24-25, and other 3 projects in the next year. So that's why next 5-6 years, so we will be adding about 100 million ton additional capacity to Paradip with the investment of 5,700 crores. And apart from the capacity addition, we are also trying to diversify our cargo basket. Traditionally, we relied upon the coal and iron ore, but it will be always subjected to the market risk over a period of time. So we want to diversify. We want to handle containers. For containers, we are developing a multimodal logistic park, which will be completed in 3-4 months' time. Then we have a clean container terminal. Cargo is available with 5 million ton capacity. We are expanding further. We are giving a lot of incentives to the container traffic to attract this, because we generate about more than 2 lakh TEUs per year in the very close hinterland of Paradip. Presently, this container traffic is moving towards Calcutta, towards Visakhapatnam, thereby incurring heavy logistic costs. Similarly, green hydrogen, green ammonia, the government of Orissa has been able to attract a lot of investment because of the ease of doing policies they are adopting. And it is considered one of the best, in fact, it's a paradise for investment in the country. And this green hydrogen, green ammonia projects we will be facilitating by having an exclusive green hydrogen, green ammonia berth of 5 million ton capacity. Similarly, we will be attracting gypsum, slag, LPG, ammonium nitrate, chemicals also. So a lot of investments are going to come in the state of Orissa near to Paradip. So we will be facilitating by increasing our North Oil jetty, by extension of North Oil jetty. So we want to handle this chemical traffic also. So we plan to diversify our cargo basket. In fact, we request all the trade and who are dealing with this type of commodities, please come to Paradip, and you please come to Paradip only if it is logistically convenient for you, because we are confident of providing a low-cost logistic solution for all of you. So this is our vision. By 2047, we will be expanding ourselves to 500 million ton capacity, the highest in the country. The last one, which important one to talk about, southwestern dock. In fact, this we have planned it after 2030, but now we want to prepone before 2030, because it will be a 25 million ton capacity exclusive dock. In fact, we will be offering it in the, for the global investors in the Global Maritime Summit. Because if you want to develop a new particular port of 25 million ton capacity, so it will be costing not less than 8,000 to 9,000 crores of rupees. So here the cost of this particular dock within our breakwaters will be not more than 3,000 crores. So if we can invest in the southwestern dock, it will be saving of about 1/3 of our investment will be saved. I request major stakeholders who are interested to participate in this, and they can come with us, and then we can prepone this particular southwestern dock before 2030. So apart from that, we are also, Paradip Port is a green port in making. So we are expecting the best practices of the world, and also the technological innovations which are being operated at a global level. We want to invite them to the Paradip, and so that they will also contribute in this making of Paradip into a green port. So we are planning to have a 100 megawatt solar power plant, where the investments we are expecting from different quarters, shore to ship power supply. All the vessels which come to Paradip, while they are parked, they will not be burning their carbon fuel. They will be using the electricity which is drawn from the renewable sources. And electrification and a green filling station for all the trucks, either LNG, CNG. So these are some of the things we will be adopting. And green hydrogen hub already I talked about. And the dust control measures, we would like to, some international investors, international technology partners who would like to provide a better solutions. We invite them in the summit. And the GMIS is a great opportunity platform, not only for Paradip Port, but also other ports of the Orissa, like Gopalpur, as well as the Dhamra port and the Suvarnarekha, Astaranga ports, which are going to come. Because all these ports, we should not compete with each other. We should collaborate, we should cooperate with each other, so that we'll be able to provide a logistically convenient ecosystem for all the stakeholders of state of Orissa, and provide a best possible logistic solution. So here in the Global Summit, Paradip Port will be not only showcasing it as a best port of call, because of its performance, but also enlisting various investable projects to the international fora, and also finding opportunities for business development, and also looking forward for transfer of technology for converting itself into a green and smart port. So these are the key opportunities we have already discussed, and then I request all of you to register for the sessions and for this particular summit, and this is the link available. Every one of you, I request that please register as a delegate or, and then participate in the various sessions and which are there in the summit. And second, this is the how to register for a sessions, individual sessions which are of interest to you. Definitely, you will definitely register for those individual sessions also. These are the two things which are available. Please kindly do the needful. And third thing which you want to do, Paradip Port is organizing, and two sessions in fact. The first session is the latest trends in shipping and maritime logistics, which is being chaired by the Sri Honorable Minister Sri Piyush Goyal ji. And the second session is the special session on Orissa, where all the Honorable Ministers from the Orissa will also be participating. These two sessions, please specifically register for these two sessions and participate. These are very, very important and useful for all of us. And we plan to sign a lot of MOUs in this, and around at present we are expecting at least 25 MOUs worth of about 50,000 crores investment we plan to sign in various fields of trade, business promotion, and capacity augmentation, green technology, smart technology, etc. And I also request any one of you who want to work with the Paradip Port, I invite them to come approach us, and we'll be able to sign an agreement with you, and so that our relationship will continue further and take it to the logical conclusion. And apart from that, for the general operators of maritime field, and we have a Maritime Excellence Achievers Awards are also there, where you will be recognized for various categories. You have to apply for these particular Achievers Awards through this link available, and then definitely it is a great recognition at the global forum, and also an opportunity for you market yourself. So with this I will conclude. I will cordially invite all of you and to participate in the mega global event, maritime global event of this Global Maritime India Summit 2023 at New Delhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sri Haranath, for those informative words and overwhelming words of welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is a very special audiovisual that will speak volumes about how significant the third edition of GMIS is going to be. Can we have the AV, please?
A lighthouse of hope, a beacon of innovation, a port of progress. India's maritime sector, navigating the path to prosperity, has been a booming hub of growth and opportunities. The potential it holds is wider than the shores and deeper than the ocean. India's maritime sector has been a thriving hub of private investment for the past 25 years, driving growth and innovation. With liberal FDI norms, wide geography of free trade agreements, bilateral and multilateral treaties, and enabling acts and schemes, the focus is on global collaboration. In the recent years, numerous investors have made significant investments and collaborations in India's maritime sector, spanning across various areas. Additionally, Indian maritime investors are exploring global opportunities to diversify businesses.
बीते 6-7 साल में पोर्ट डेवलपमेंट और पोर्ट लेड डेवलपमेंट को लेकर जो काम हो रहा है, उससे देश को नई ताकत मिल रही है.
Already, the Sagarmala program is revolutionizing port-led developments through national and international collaborations. The Sagar Setu, National Logistics Portal Marine, has created an ecosystem for ease of doing business through seamless integration. India is spearheading advancement of regional trade and transit in BIMSTEC region. India is also driving establishment of 5,000 kilometers of multi-country Eastern Waterways network for economic rejuvenation and providing gateway to international North-South transport corridor through Chabahar Port. Beyond the trade and cargo, India's cruise industry has been growing at over 35%, with various government initiatives to make India a key maritime tourism destination. Further, the maritime sector will provide investment avenues to drive sustainability with focus on carbon-neutral ports, hydrogen hubs and green ships in Indian shipyards. These initiatives will open up waves of maritime in the coming decades. With the legacy of Maritime India Summits in 2016 and 2021, which paved the way for transformative collaborations and advancements, India is all set for the third edition of Global Maritime India Summit 2023. Whether you're an investor, a technology provider, or a maritime professional, you can connect, collaborate, and create for greater growth. A platform where nations unite, opportunities abound, and the future of maritime sector takes the center stage. Join us at the Global Maritime India Summit 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for GMIS 2023. The audiovisual speaks it all. Giving a little more detail, since its inception in 2016, the Maritime India Summit has proved to be instrumental in facilitating and grounding the investments within the maritime sector, taking Indian maritime industry at par with global benchmarks. The last two editions of the summit have witnessed participation, engagement, and interaction from all major maritime nations of the world, with the commitment of investments in projects across port, shipping, and allied sectors. To deliberate on the prospects and the key offerings of the third edition of Global Maritime India Summit, may I invite Sri Bhushan Kumar, Joint Secretary, Sagarmala, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, for an overview on GMIS 2023 and opportunities entails of the sector. Sir.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, respected delegates, my dear colleagues and friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to all of you. Namaskar. So I'll take you through a brief presentation, although Chairman Paradip Port Authority has covered most of the things, but I'll briefly cover the other aspects and cordially invite you to participate in the Global Maritime India Summit, which we will be holding in October in New Delhi. So can someone present this on screen? Presentation? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, on Indian maritime sector, I think Chairman Paradip Port has already covered. The total capacity in our port sector is around 2,600 million ton, and already Odisha is having the best port in the country and the fastest growing port in the country. On the shipbuilding side, we have 28 shipbuilding yards which are making large navy ships to small tugboats, all kind of ships we are making in our country. Also, we are having a large workforce, seafarers, more than 2.5 lakh seafarers are working across the globe in various shipping companies. And we have a huge ecosystem for ship recycling also. World's 1/3 volume of ship recycling we are handling in our country, mostly in Alang in Gujarat, but also on the eastern coast also we are handling small volumes. Then on the waterway side, we have 111 national waterways. Out of that, 23 are already operational. And work is going on the remaining one. And we are seeing tremendous growth in the waterways sector as well. Then another important vertical of the maritime sector is the lighthouse. We are having more than 200 lighthouses, out of which we are developing 75 lighthouses for tourism. We have already opened a couple of them, and we are seeing a huge footfall in this sector. This is a new sector, lighthouse tourism, which we are exploring. And if you see the progress in the last 1 decade, you can see on the screen all big numbers, starting from the capacity of major ports, which has doubled, Then cruise passenger footfall has tripled. Despite COVID, we have made very good progress in the cruise passenger footfall. Then national waterway traffic has grown by 18 times, 18 times. That is a huge jump we have seen in the national waterways. Similarly, all other fronts, be it seafarer growth or solar power use or PPP investments, we have done extremely well. And this was possible only with the contribution from all of you. All of you are important stakeholders. You have worked very hard. That is why we have achieved such a marvelous figures and achievement. And globally also this is getting recognized. If you see, our 2 ports are already among top 30 ports in the world. Our turnaround time is improving. Now JNPA is having a turnaround time of less than 24 hours, which is better than many developed nations in the world. And now other ports are also improving. Similarly, on the seafarer side, we are already among top 5 countries in the world. We are having 2.5 lakh seafarers working in the shipping companies. In ship recycling, we are already number 2 in the world, handling more than 1/3 volume of recycling. Then similarly, on all other indexes, we have improved, be it Logistic Performance Index, World Competitive Index. We have improved a lot from the previous, whatever we were 10 years back. And this journey is continuing. We are continuously reforming our sector. We have taken a lot of initiatives on the infrastructure side. We have the Sagarmala program going on. In Sagarmala program alone, we are having more than 800 projects costing around 5 lakh crore. Out of the 800 projects, around 230 projects have already been completed, and around 250 projects are under construction, and other ones are in the advanced stage of development. Similarly, to streamline our processes, reduce paperwork, we are digitalizing all the processes and paperwork. We have already launched National Logistic Portal, Marine, which is already active, and every day thousands of transactions are happening through National Logistic Portal. And to improve the waterways, we have a dedicated program, Jal Marg Vikas project, where we are spending more than 5,000 crore to improve the waterways. So we are working on all the fronts as far as the infrastructure improvement is concerned. Similarly, on the softer side, on the investment facilitation side, we have recently revised the model concession agreement in consultation with all the stakeholders, where we have tried to balance the risk between the concessionaire and the concessioning authority. And also the clauses have been introduced to cater to any dynamic market requirements, such as change of cargo and other things. We have given full tariff freedom to the PPP concessionaire. Earlier, the tariff used to be fixed by TAMP. Authority was there. Now they are no more. For new concessionaire, the concessionaire will have full freedom, and that is the reason we are getting a lot of interest from the PPP players in our port sector projects. For promotion of shipbuilding also, we are working very hard, and now we have a policy of giving first right of refusal for Indian bound or inbound or outbound cargo to Indian built ships, right? So that people invest in Indian built ships. Also, we are giving subsidy in shipbuilding. On the legislative side also, we have enacted new laws. We have improved based with the consultation of all the stakeholders. We have revised all the relevant acts, be it Major Port Authority Act, Inland Vessel Act, or Marine Aids to Navigation. All these were very, very old acts. Also, Indian Port Act is now under revision. Very soon we will have that also enacted. So this journey is continuing. We are not stopping at this. And due to all such reforms, at least next couple of decades, we will have huge growth in the maritime sector. What we are anticipating is that our port capacity, which is currently around 2,600 million ton, this will cross more than 10,000 million ton. And Paradip port will be expanding like anything, as Chairman Paradip port mentioned. We will see more and more automated ports, terminals getting set up, because we have set a target that all future development will be on PPP mode. When PPP players will come, they will bring efficiency, in their operations, and we will have more better terminals operating here. On the future fuels, hydrogen, methanol, we are working very aggressively. Paradip Port is also working on setting up hydrogen hub. Similarly, Kandla Port, VOCPT Port, they are in advanced stage in setting up fuel hubs. In cruise shipping also, we will see huge jump. We are now at number 4th in Asia Pacific. Very soon we will be number 1 because we have improved the cruise shipping infrastructure. Just 2 days, yesterday only, Vizag International Cruise Terminal was inaugurated by Honorable Minister, our Honorable Minister. And before that, New Mangalore Port Cruise Terminal, Cochin Port Cruise Terminal, we are already constructing Bombay and Goa cruise terminals. So we are going to see huge jump in the cruise industry also in our country. Similar steps we have taken in shipbuilding, repair and ship recycling, where we are trying to improve the ecosystem in our country. In waterways and coastal shipping, we are seeing huge jump in the cargo. In inland waterways alone, we are seeing around 40% growth in the cargo on annual basis. That's the kind of volumes that's flowing in the waterways. And also in the coastal shipping, we have more than 10% growth on annual basis. So the modal share, which is currently around 6%, we will have we have set a target that this will go up by 12%. So we are working, we will see huge number of opportunities coming up in all verticals of the maritime sector in the future. So to discuss all such opportunities, to discuss the challenges, policy requirements, we are organizing maritime summits from time to time. The first edition was in 2016, where more than 5,000 delegates participated from more than 40 countries. That was the time when Sagarmala program was launched, and this was a successful event. This was organized in Mumbai that time. The last event was in 21, which was on VC, because that time Corona was there. So in that also we have seen huge interest, where more than 100 countries participated and more than 20,000 delegates were there. That was the time when Maritime India Vision was launched by Honorable Prime Minister. Now we are coming up with the third edition, which is at a much larger global scale. So we are calling it as Global Maritime India Summit. We cordially invite all of you to be there from 17th to 19th of October in Delhi to attend this. In this event, we will have country sessions. We have invited more than 100 countries. And we are expecting participation or the special sessions by around 40 countries in this event. So all of you can take benefit of that presence of international investors there. You can showcase your state's opportunities, and you can also collaborate with them. And then we will have thematic sessions around nowadays, whatever new challenges or new opportunities are there, we will have thematic sessions around that. State sessions will be there. Odisha state will also have a session in the conference. Then there will be around 200 international and domestic exhibitors. We will have a large exhibition there. So please, if you are planning to showcase your products, your services, technology, then you can set up a stall there. You can contact our partner FICCI for setting up the exhibition. Then to recognize the outstanding performers, the Ministry will give Maritime Excellence Achievers to such outstanding performers. And also we will have a dedicated session chaired by our Honorable Minister with CEOs of the industry to discuss all policy challenges and new reforms which are required. So this is a platform where all of us can collaborate and create more and more opportunities and take this maritime sector forward. We will be covering all kind of all areas in the summit. All verticals will be covered, be it smart ports, autonomous ports, decarbonization. A lot of work is going on in decarbonization. IMO is putting a lot of emphasis on using greener fuels. Coastal shipping, waterways, finance, insurance, arbitration, to safety, security, everything, all kind of opportunities will be there. So I request all of you to please come there and as the tagline says, let us connect, make a network, collaborate, and create new opportunities for all of us. Once we will collaborate, then new opportunities will get created. And this is an important request and announcement that Maritime Excellence Achiever, the web portal is open. So please, you can apply for that, including major ports can also apply for that, and various kind of awards will be given. This last date is 15th of September, so please submit your documents if you have done good in the sector, so we will recognize your efforts. So with that request, I again request, please participate in this event. Please bring maximum stakeholders in Delhi. And use this platform for the betterment of the maritime sector. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the vivid presentation that spoke volumes about the exemplary achievements of the country when it comes to growth in maritime trade, and we wish the third edition of GMIS a grand success. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Union Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush Government of India, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, has sent tons of good wishes for this roadshow and a very special message. May I request the technical team to please play the audiovisual.
Namaskar. India today stands as a driving force that will script the next chapter of maritime history in South Asia. Under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, this major port is going to be one of the most important places that will play a major role in achieving the goals of the country's Maritime India Vision 2030. This roadshow is a testimony to our deep-rooted cultural connection and our collective ambition to make the nation's grand vision a reality. The Global Maritime India Summit 2023 is stated to be held from 17 to 19 October under the auspices of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, India's maritime capabilities will continue to grow with the mantra of cooperative federalism that is based on a strong center-state collaboration. GMIS 2023 will further act as a significant global initiative to boost the Indian maritime economy by fostering both global and regional partnership while facilitating investment. This flagship event provides a strategic convergence platform for the Indian and international maritime communities. GMIS 2023 brings together a diverse array of global maritime stakeholders, policymakers, regulators, and industry leaders. Through a series of interactive exchanges, the platform provides an exciting opportunity to brainstorm and resolve the pertinent issues of maritime infrastructure. GMIS would also enable exchange of innovative ideas for the sector's speedy growth. The upcoming GMIS 2023 and ongoing initiative will shape India's maritime prospect. It will present a forum of leveraging such investment opportunities for businesses and trade ventures within the ports and maritime sector. I warmly welcome all stakeholders in the maritime sector, both local and global, to use this event as a platform to present their investment prospect to fully unlock the maritime potential of this region. For centuries, Indian ports have attracted and served global traders from all across the world. To achieve our goals of Make in India and Make for the World, India's maritime prowess to facilitate seamless global supply chain will play one of the biggest roles. There is an ocean of opportunities ahead of us in the global maritime sector, and working together in the spirit of Team India, we are bound to achieve resounding success. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister Shri Sonowal, for encouraging with us all with those heartfelt words. May I now request CEO Gopalpur Port, Shri V. Janardhan Rao, to address the House, please.
Someone can present this presentation. Where is the presentation? Gopalpur presentation. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, a very warm welcome and very good afternoon to all. This roadshow for this Global Maritime India Summit 2023, we all representing from the Orissa government. So this Global Maritime Indian Summit, it's a very prestigious program being conducted by the central government, and we should be very proud to be part of this roadshow. I thank you personally, Harnath sir, for giving me this opportunity to address this gathering in this roadshow. Before talking about this global summit, just I want to explain about our port. What is the opportunities in Orissa and in East Coast for investments and for the doing of the logistics and other maritime business. Is there presentation? Oh, it is there. Okay. So I, V. Janardhan Rao, CEO of Gopalpur Port, representing, and just briefly explain it is how this port is started and where we are and what is the growth potential and what is the investment opportunities in Gopalpur Port. We are in Ganjam district of Orissa. This Gopalpur Port is situated between two gates of one is Visakhapatnam Port and Paradip Port. We are in between both the ports. We are situated, and it is very close proximity to all mineral hubs. It is industrial hubs, and as well as in the Orissa state and Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. We are presently handling most of the things. It is in bulk cargoes we are focused. This port is just started, full-fledged operation started from 2019. It is presently we are at a 20 million tons capacity. It can be augmented to up to 50 million ton capacity. Next. Gopalpur Port is having very good and excellent rail and road connectivity. This is the major important thing for this logistics and maritime industry, for connectivity of road and rail, which is very fortunate to be very adjacent to our main railway line, Aura-Chennai line. It is, and as well as National Highway 16. It is a 6 kilometers away from the both rail and road connectivity. Next. This is our present port infrastructure. We are fully all-weather port and all-season port, which is presently having 3 berths, which is having of multi-purpose berths of 800 meters of length. It is all we are capable of handling of up to Baby Cape, maybe 130,000 tons we can handle. We are having a 14.5 meters of the draft and 3 operational berths. And all these 3 berths is supported with 5 mobile harbor cranes, and we are also having a semi-mechanized coal unloading berth. And with a very good railway infrastructure with 8 railway sidings capable of 16 to 20 racks of loading or unloading, and a huge space for the storage for the 2.5 million tons capacity and can be further increase it to 4 to 5 million tons of storage capacity. This is the navigational infrastructure. This is up 3 kilometers. It's very less navigational time it will take. It's hardly 40 to 45 minutes for the navigational berthing time. We are having 600 meters of turning circle with 200 meters of channel width and 14.5 meters of the draft. All statutory rules are in place. Like next, we are having one semi-mechanized coal unloading berth, which is an average discharge rate of 25,000 tons per day. It's for exclusively for the coal. And we are also having a very good railway loading system, which can be done in very less time, as good as a mechanized loading system. Next, railway yards we are having presently, it is almost all 8 sidings we are having. It is a 6 and plus 2 unloading sidings, but capable of doing of all unloading and loading of 20 racks per day, and can be further extendable 2-3 sidings. Since the platforms are ready, it is within 2-3 months we can gear up to another 4 to 5 sidings. Our expansion plan, this is very important for this global summit. What is the future opportunities and what is the growth potentials for the new investors are coming? It's more important is Gopalpur port is having plenty of land availability. As on today, it is a port is having 500 acres of the land, another 500 acres of the land which is going to come to the port. Of course, the two people, main important people, both Hemant Sharma ji and Usha Padev ji is here. So these are the people. It is very proactively how the central government is looking after this, the pace of the maritime sectors to grow. The state government is also same pace. They're matching the central government pace to develop the industrial growth and maritime sector growth in Odisha. I personally deal many times with these two people. The people are very proactive to encourage the industry, and the industrial promotion policies being implemented at ports is very encouraging. And you know, we know that is all this maritime sector, it is all the states are participating, especially coastal states. Actively it's participating. One of the coastal states, East Coast, in Odisha also it is actively participating. East Coast in Odisha is, we are having a special potential, which is one is the mineral-rich state, and second thing is that manufacturing hub and maritime sector is a major, one of the major port like a Paradip port, Indian #1 port, which is also situated in Odisha. This is the 3 advantages we are having, and plenty of land and very friendly government, and as well as the other authorities are used to help us for the industrial growth. They help in every step to encourage and promote the industries in Odisha. These are the investment opportunities. Today, presently, we are having 3 berths, but capable of increasing further more berths. 3 multi-purpose berths we are planning in the next 3 to 4 years down the line. 1 berth of fully mechanized Cape berth, and we are dredging it presently 14.5. We are increasing to 18.5 meters depth, and constructing 1 more Cape capable of handling berth, and 3 more multi-purpose berths also being developed. And one more important is this LNG terminal is also going up. We have already signed MOU, and land also allotted. With the help of the government, we are allotting very soonly land, and government approvals also in place shortly, and all the groundworks and surveys and other works are being done. Next. One more advantage for Gopalpur port is that if you see today, it is from Visakhapatnam to till Kolkata, there is no container terminal. It is a Kolkata or Visakhapatnam. In between, there is no container port, and there is a lot of plenty of inquiries which is coming to the Gopalpur port for handling of container cargo. It is from the Orissa, Chhattisgarh, and many other parts of this Odisha. So there is a huge potential is for container, and we are also planning for developing of 1 container berth. Even today, we can capable of doing of container by using of the spreaders. We can immediately serve the trade with the container handling. And you people, most of the people knows that it is one more advantage for Gopalpur port is that we are very adjacent to the Tata Special Economic Zone, which is having a plenty of land bank, and they are very proactive. Now government is very focused at developing of Tata SEZ. Tata SEZ is also signing a lot of MOUs with the industries. Already Deepak Fertilizer is setting up a 1 million ton of ammonium plant, and also they have signed an agreement with Acme for setting up 1 million ton of green ammonia plant. These ports, these two plants also, they were utilizing the port services. That from the port only, they were all the imports and export is being liquid business will be done through Gopalpur port. Port is already signed MOU with this Deepak fertilizer. And next. Already I told you this, already Petronet LNG has signed an agreement with Gopalpur port for setting up 5 million tons of LNG terminal, which will be done in 2 phases. It is in very advanced stage of construction. Once we allot the land, immediately the groundwork and all the approvals are in place. And also already I told you, Deepak Fertilizer is already signed, the construction is on. They are also laying the pipeline connecting to the port and SEZ. Here one more thing is, most important thing is to say that it is, however, the port and SEZ, which is very adjacent to, we are hardly, it is 2 kilometers away from the port, there is an SEZ. The state government, Mr. Hemantji and Ushapadi's madam, and with their initiative, ITCO is developing a utility corridor connecting between the port and as well as SEZ. Presently it is a 60 meter, it can be extended to 100 meters wide corridor connecting to SEZ and the port, which will have a easily, right-of-way access and laying of pipeline, road, as well as any of your utilities, conveyors, anything can be. If you want to establish any 100% exported oriented unit in SEZ, you can comfortably use the port services without hindrance to your right-of-way access to the port to this. This will give you a lot of, savings in terms of logistics and other support services. So, as I told you, this storage facilities, we are having plenty of storage facilities we are giving for the liquid storage terminal also. We are planning for 1 million metric ton. And ACME, I told you to sign, it is already agreement with Tata SEZ. We are also being discussed to close this. In this form, I want to say that there is a huge infrastructure investment possibilities and opportunities in Gopalpur port. As a maritime sector, I welcome all the trade. Please come and visit the Gopalpur port and see the facilities which is available at port as well as SEZ and other infrastructure being developed in and around. So this is one of the best opportunity. I'm requesting all the people to use this opportunity. Thank you so much. Thanks once again.
Thank you very much, sir, for the informative presentation, and we wish Gopalpur Port all the very best for the journey ahead. May I request CEO Dhamra Port, Shri Sanjeev Kumar Gupta, to please share his thoughts with the House.
Respected dignitaries, delegates, good afternoon. Today is a very special day for all of us. The maritime industry is a backbone of international and national trade. The industry plays a very vital role in development of any nation economy. India has a rich maritime history dating back to the Indus Valley civilization. Our country has a vast coastal line of over 7,500 kilometers located between the east and west. Maritime industry contributes in Odisha in a big contribution. This industry provides direct and indirect employment to the people and contributes significantly to growth of country GDP. Dhamra Port is well located in Odisha and well connected to the steel industry, iron ore and coal mines, Jharkhand, and then Odisha, then also West Bengal. Present capacity of Dhamra Port is 50 million ton. Recently, we have commissioned 5 million ton LNG terminal, and the capacity of this terminal is currently 5 million ton, but very soon, based on the market, we can develop it to 10 million ton capacity. As you know, that Dhamra has a very special feature, like all the trains are moving in the wall. Once the train is bringing a material, it can be unloaded, and then it can be cleaned in the single direction, and then it can be loaded. And the total TAD of rake for all these operations is only 10 hours. You can assume our services and best services we are providing to the all vendors. And our railway line is well connected to the grid of the railway. It is 62 kilometer corridor. We have and we are also doubling this corridor to reduce the TAD of the railway. Similarly, we also have very good facility for unloading of road trucks. I think our TAD is only 5 to 6 hours. This is one of the best, and because of this, we provide very good services to customer at the very low cost. Our Adani Group has a big plan for the Dhamra port, and already government of Odisha and India has approved the capacity of 314 million tons for this port in coming 30 years, where we'll have LPG terminals, then container terminals, liquid terminals, and also industrial park. We are also developing airstrip in this area. Apart from this, we are doing a lot of things for the community also. We have very good DAV school for the community of nearby. The maintenance industry also faces several challenges, including climate change, piracy, and maritime accident. It is our collective responsibility to protect marine environment and promote sustainable development. We must work toward to reducing the carbon emission and adopting green shipping practices. We are also promoting LNG powered vessel to reduce the carbon emission. Government of Odisha and India have taken various measures to promote sustainability and shipping, investing in the port infrastructure. We must continue to support the growth and development of this industry to unlock the full potential. It is a time for us to come together and work towards making India a global leader in this industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shri Gupta, for those encouraging words and good wishes to Dhamra Port family. Ladies and gentlemen, if I have to define the efficiency of Commerce and Transport Department in just 3 words, those will be seamless, effortless, and best in class. And the credit for that goes to the Iron Lady who heads the department, takes challenges head-on, and delivers nothing but the best. And we are all looking forward to hear her feedbacks. May I request you, ma'am, to please share your thoughts with the House, Srimati Usha Padhi.
Distinguished guest on the dais, of the dais, delegates, representatives from media, all the representatives here, Samastanku Namaskar and a very good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, let me apologize for coming late. Though Mr. Harinath ji had told me long back that this is going to happen, but that is how the government system sometimes works, you know it. But my presence and Hemanji's presence shows that we are with you. But it can be compensated because I have avoided making this panel as a manel, sitting only a lady sitting only on, sitting on the dais. So that offsets my coming late. And thanks for giving the company. I wish my minister, who is again a women leadership, would have been here, but she has conveyed her compliments to all of you. Just now you have heard from port, both, all the ports, starting with Paradip, then Dhamra, then Gopalpur. And Government of India side, Mr. Bhushan Kumarji, my old colleague, he has also addressed. So now the missing link is the state government, which we will be filling it up as a team, me and Hemanji here. So where do we stand? What is the relevance? In India, anything can be achieved. Whatever the achievement they were showing, that is really becomes transformational when everybody works in a concerted way. When Government of India is putting that vision 2030, certainly they have factored in the federal structure and the contribution which comes from the state. Odisha, for that matter, has a long, glorious maritime history. We say that 480 kilometers of our coastal area, but we have so many ports and jetties which are there. Just now we heard from Gopalpur port. At the same time, we have two private ports which are Gopalpur and Dhamra. All are working together, increasing the size of the pie, leading the growth in the region, and contributing for both for the state economy as well as the nation, where we are thinking of being at the top in coming few years. Recently, there was a report from RBI, I mean none other than RBI, which shows that Odisha had almost like we were in second position, having around 11% of the investment, total investment which is coming in. You may be knowing that the competitiveness comes with efficient logistics, and port is one part of it. And in India, many times we complain that logistic cost is little higher compared to the other countries. Maybe we are somewhere at around 14% or something. Yeah. So to reduce that, I mean, when the DPIIT does the survey, the lead survey, so Odisha has been the achiever in the coastal states. That is because state government has been pioneer in bringing those frameworks, regulations, which are friendly to the investors. That is how Odisha stands somewhere in the top and contributing to the growth in the maritime sector. One thing normally when we talk of maritime, the inland waterways, I think, I mean, like, has been the back burner for a very long period. But I think now the time has come where they are focusing. I think from 0.2%, I was seeing there one of the report where it has become 2%, which is still low, but still there have been a quantum leap which is taking place. Recently, again in collaboration, Government of India and Odisha have cleared the proposal, which is for the inland waterways of 64 and inland waterway 5, which may come up, will address the problem of this evacuation of the EXIM, and this will be from Paradip, connecting of course Dhamra up to Talcher, the Pangpal and that route. So around 200 plus kilometers. So this is very, very futuristic. Again, Odisha has come forward and we have decided to repurpose our existing SPV for such thing. So again, it's a collaborative action where we will be able to highlight it, and maybe this is one of the, I mean, good opportunity for many of the private investment to come in and invest. I mean, this is one of the major thing which is going to happen in coming days. As I said, everybody has made the presentation, so I will make a very brief presentation. Maybe I have 20 slides, but I'll only cover 2 or 3 slides and try to tell how we would like to work with you, all of you, and how we will be a major partner when we go ahead in this path. We have around 14 notified port locations. Already we have some which are functioning, like Paradip is the major port, and we have Dhamra and Gopalpur, which as a minor port, non-major port, they have come up. Other than this, Astrang and Suvarnareka, which are ongoing. But that is not the interest which I am showing, but we have the number of notified locations where some type of feasibility report has, has been done. And these are all opportunities waiting to be explored, waiting to be harnessed. Some of the proposals are already there, which Hemanji will be covering during his talk, but there are many things which can happen. Lot of fishery jetties can come, I mean, like, which we have not focused much. Lot of captive jetties can come. I mean, the entire stretch can allow that. And as I again said, maybe Odisha has so much of, endowed with so much of ore and mines. I think without Odisha, I don't think you can think of any port development. Whether I like it or not like it, people are going to come to our state, and there has been a designed policy framework where we are attracting them, which will be like a double dividend. We have the endowment at the over and above that, we have the enabling policies, so people will come, and this is where we are going to have a lot of opportunities for these ports. And we will be going very soon for various RFPs and expression of interest where people can come and participate. Many times, like a lot of, it is linked to the global economy, growth and everything. The feeling in the market sometimes goes, like what you call boom and bust, goes up and come down. But this is one sector I think we can continuously work towards that and make these things happen. It's going to grow, and the size of the pie, the share for everyone is going to be there. Next slide, please. This is the last slide. I will not go beyond this. How do we do it? Again, as I said, why Odisha has become an achiever in LEAD survey is because we have a good framework, good institution arrangement where we can be able to expedite the things, investment and quick decision-making process. There we stand and we have the edge over the other states. So the Odisha Maritime Board, which which has been recently done, though we are late entrant, but because of that we have a lot of advantage also. We have we will be putting system where a lot of things can be much better than many other states which they will be doing. So this will be one stop solution for many of the people or investment which will be coming to the state. We will be able to clear it very clearly. It is not only about port, even for the inland water ways. And also just now we said that India is also focusing on cruise tourism. We have a lot of scope there. Odisha has been the unexplored, what we call best kept secret. So maybe this is one way where we will be addressing this issue through taking up through this. Again, a win-win sort of for tourism as well as for the maritime sector. Here I stop, and maybe the Department of Commerce and Transport, which will be along with the industry department, we will be participating in a full-fledged manner. We have already had one round of meeting where Mr. Harinath was also there, and IDCO also, IPICOL represented from industry department. So we will be participating in a full-fledged and full throttle. We will be bringing our ideas and our thought process which can be shared, and I request all our entrepreneurs here and who are the stakeholders in this entire domain, be part of it, and together with the, like all the stakeholders, I think together we can grow and we can be the leader which we deserve at the global level. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Once again, Paradip Port, thanks for giving us the opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing with us those thoughtful insights. Ladies and gentlemen, the industrial growth of Odisha in the last decade can be measured from the fact that we are the #1 choice for the biggest global entities when it comes to investment. Because the ease of doing business here is unmatched, and we do not just promise exponential growth, we deliver it. And the means and measures taken by the industry department in this regard has been absolutely one of its kind, revolutionary and futuristic. We have a head of the family who is humble enough not to take much credit for it, but the nation is talking about his contribution in making Odisha an industrially flourishing state. May I request Shri Hemant Sharma to share his thoughts with the House. Sir.
Honorable Union Ministers who are joining us in digital mode shortly, my colleague Ms. Padhi, who is not only leading the commerce and transport sector, but she is also leading the skill development and technical education sector in Odisha, which is intrinsically connected with the immense opportunities for employment which are hidden in the maritime sector. Our esteemed Mr. Harinath, Chairman, Paradip Port Authority, his colleague, Mr. Das Gupta, Deputy Chairman, our esteemed guest from Government of India, Joint Secretary Shri Bhushan Kumarji, our two collaborators from Gopalpur Port, Mr. Rao and Mr. Gupta from the Dhamra Port. All of us are here for the roadshow of the Global Maritime India Summit, which is scheduled in the month of October. This would be the third edition of the event. And as we have seen in the presentations made, that the first two editions gave a lot of insights, almost prepared an action plan for future in terms of the vision for the country in the maritime sector. The three words which define connect, collaborate, and create really catch the essence of what this global summit is going to present before us as opportunities to connect, opportunities to collaborate, and opportunities to create investment, create employment in wherever the maritime sector has a role. Now, why is it that this sector is important for Odisha? This sector is important for anywhere in the world. Why? Because transportation and logistics is integral to development. There are many studies which have shown that if the economy has to grow at a rate of X, the transport sector, the logistics sector has to necessarily grow at a rate much higher than X in order to enable the economy to grow at a rate X. Now, I'll just very briefly present before you how the economic growth of Orissa, how the industrial growth of Orissa is not only dependent on maritime growth, but also creating more and more opportunities for maritime growth, and why this Global Maritime Summit is extremely important for a state like Orissa, for all the stakeholders like you to jointly work with Government of India, with Paradip Port, with other stakeholders to present the opportunities in Orissa before the global audience. Now, you know that Orissa is now at the center stage of industrial development in the country, including maritime development in the country. Harnathji mentioned that Paradip Port is the best port in the country. In fact, it is also the largest port in the country in terms of cargo handling. Why? Why would a port located in Orissa be not only the best, but the largest? That is because of the intrinsic wealth of Orissa, the opportunities which Orissa has presented before the stakeholders for creating wealth out of its advantages. And what are those advantages? These advantages are shown here. It is our polity, our political system, the stability inherent in our polity, our economy which is booming, the geographical advantage which we have, the policy provisions which we have brought in order to multiply the advantages given to us by our polity and geography, and the demographic advantage which a state like Orissa enjoys over many of its peers because of the work which has been done by our government in instilling skills and education in our demography. Now, you know that we have been led by our Honorable Chief Minister for more than 23 years now. Now, in an intensely democratic framework, for a government to be elected again and again for 23 plus years means that the government must have done something for the people of Orissa. Otherwise, it would not have been possible. And therefore, this political stability gives us what is called policy certainty, which is what the investors are looking forward to. Our progressive policies, they are not cast in stone. We are responsive to market requirements, to requirements of investors, to requirements of industry, to requirements of stakeholders. But at the same time, we do not have any policy flip-flops. And therefore, this political stability has given us immense growth, which has led to our economic strength. you know that our country is growing. India is growing. India is amongst the fastest growing economies in the world today. And all of us Indians in the Amrit Kal of our independence must take pride in the fact that today India is the single biggest contributor to the growth of world's economy. But at the same time, our country, India, is able to grow at 6.5% because states like Orissa are growing at 11.5%. We are amongst the fastest growing states in the country today, and therefore we are a big contributor to the growth of Indian economy. We are growing at 11.5%, our country is growing at 6.5%, which means that there are places in India which obviously are not growing at, which are growing at less than 6.5%. Therefore, the contribution of states like Orissa, and there are many states like Orissa who are growing much fast and therefore are contributing immensely to the growth of Indian economy. Today, Orissa is ranked as the premier destination for investment across all sectors, not only in certain specific sectors, but across all sectors. We have the second highest volume of investments actually happening in projects. This is a data released by Center for Monitoring of Indian Economy in April 2023. And look where we are, right? We are just below Maharashtra and just above Gujarat. But we are far, far ahead from Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Uttar Pradesh. And one most important feature of this, is that we are the second highest in the country. But another important feature is all the states in this graph, barring Uttar Pradesh, are coastal maritime states. That is where the importance of maritime geography, the importance of ports, the importance of port-led development is to be realized by all of us, that if we are the second highest, if we have the second highest investments happening in the state, it is because of the advantage which our ports bring to our industry. That is one of the important reasons of our growth, and that is why it is important for us, for you, and for all of us together to participate in the Global Maritime Summit. See, this is just another map of Orissa which shows our geographical and industrial advantage. All of us, you know it, but it is important to repeat it in front of the important stakeholders, those who have played a key role in making what Orissa it is today. We were always the largest producer of iron ore, bauxite, coal, chrome, manganese, and so many other minerals. But while retaining that advantage, taking advantages from Government of India policies of transparency and honesty and acceleration in our mineral development, we have also become, because of the policies of the state government, the largest producer of steel, the largest producer of stainless steel, the largest producer of alumina, the largest producer of aluminium in the country today. India's largest steel plant, India's second largest steel plant, India's third largest steel plant are in Orissa. No wonder that Paradip today is the largest port in India. And the fact that the largest port in India, Paradip, is also the best port in India is because of the work which is being done by us. You know, when I say that we have India's largest steel plant, it also means that we are going to have world's largest steel plant in Orissa. And when I say that we have India's second largest steel plant, it also means that very soon we are going to have world's second largest steel plant also in India. Where? At Paradip. Therefore, the opportunities which the mineral wealth of Orissa and the industrial growth of Orissa is bringing forth for the maritime sector is immense. So, simultaneously, if we have to retain this advantage, if we have to build upon our advantage of industrial development, we must also simultaneously grow our ports, and then only we will be able to not only retain our position as the foremost and the most premier investment destination in the country, but at the same time be able to grow upon this advantage. Now, this is very interesting. what is port-led growth, right? A port is an infrastructure which is useless without other infrastructure. You cannot have a port without a railway line. You cannot have a port without multiple roadways. You also cannot have a port without multiple service providers sitting inside the port. Just having Paradip port or Gopalpur port or Dhamra port or Suvarnrekha or Mundra or Hazira or Vishakhapatnam or Srikakulam is not important. They are all what is called the starting point, the initiators of development. Look at Paradip port today. How many transport providers, how many economic operators, how many bank branches, how many custom clearing houses are co-located at Paradip or at Vishakhapatnam or at Dhamra or at Gopalpur, and how many railway lines, how many roadways have to converge at the port locations in order for the real advantage of a port for a state's economy to be known. This is what this map shows. We have taken pains, we have invested heavily in our infrastructure, hinterland infrastructure, in order to connect Paradip, Dhamra, Gopalpur and all the upcoming port locations to our mineral belt as also to our industrial belt. You will find that this investment is not only in ports, but it is also in connecting the ports to where the cargoes are coming or where the cargoes are going. Today, Orissa is amongst the state governments who invests 50% in all the road and rail projects which connect ports to our industrial belts. I don't know whether you are aware, we are investors in the Haridaspur Paradip railway line. We are also investors in all the other hinterland railway lines which connect our industrial and mineral areas to our ports. Why? Because we understand the importance of infrastructure, industrial infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, logistics infrastructure, which enables us to bring out the real advantage of ports. This is where the advantage lies. And what you see in this graphics is just the tip of the iceberg. As and when more other ports develop and they are connected to our hinterland, this story will not only remain limited to Orissa, because ports are never about one state. If a port is limited to one state, then we will never be able to get real advantage out of the port. And this is what this map shows. Look at this map of India and see where Orissa is located. Andhra, Telangana, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar, Bengal, Assam, and the entire northeast. This is what is called East Northeast India. And this part of the country is 1/3 of India's population. 50 crores of India's population is housed in this area. The advantage of Orissa lies in being central to this part and being able to provide logistics and transport services to this entire hinterland. This is the area of India which is fastest growing in terms of demand aggregators for any segment of product or services, whether it is phones or telecom equipment, cars or electric vehicles, shirts or belts, shoes or socks, computer services or port services, banking services, you name any product category or any service category, data proves that this part of India is the fastest growing sector. Now, if for rest of the country, for north, west and south, which have immensely grown in the last few decades, if they were to serve this portion of our country, which is the real demand center in future, therefore presence in Orissa and presence on Orissa-based ports is a must. Also look at this map of the country and see that there is a vertical line which divides the north, west, south to east, south. This is that vertical line which divides. Imagine our country on this vertical axis on the left side and on the right side of this vertical axis. Where in this part of the world, the east central part of India, would you have opportunities for new ports to come up? And even if you have opportunities for new ports to come up, where else will you have ports which have hinterland to the extent of thousands of acres? Today, when we talk of Gopalpur, We are not only talking of Gopalpur as a port, we are talking of 3,500 acres of area which is just abutting the port for port-led growth. When we talk of Dhamra, we are not only talking of the 5 million tons LNG terminal, which is today India's largest terminal, but we are also talking of 5,000 acres of land just across the port, which is available for industrial development. So also at Paradip, so also at Suvarnapur, and so also at the other captive ports which are coming up in Orissa. Next. Now this is what we called port-led development. Port development, all of you know, coming up of new ports with connectivity. But what is port-led development? Port-led development is what we have seen in Gujarat. Port-led development is what we have seen in Maharashtra. Port-led development means that when you plan for a port typically will come up in 500 acres. But if you leave it to only those 500 acres, that will be port but not port-led development. In order to make it port-led development, along with this 500 acres for the port, you must have at least 5,000 acres to enable industries, to enable other service providers to come up close to the port. And this is where the opportunity in Orissa lies, whether it is Paradip or Gopalpur or Dhamra or Suvarnapur or Ashtarang or Palur or Inchudi or Bahuda Muhan. At all these locations, our government is planning not only port but port-led growth. And wherever you look at in this map, you will find immense opportunities, not only for port developers, not only for port operators, not only for shipping lines or for cargo handlers or for stevedoring services or for custom clearing houses, but also for those who would want to set up their industries close to the port. Why is it that today Paradip has become the first port where green hydrogen or green ammonia is being set up? Because we had the opportunities there. We had land, we had water, we had power readily made available for those who would want to come up close to Paradip. Why is it that Gopalpur port has been able to attract 2 million tons of green hydrogen and green ammonia when much more developed and advanced places in the country elsewhere have not been able to do so? Because at Gopalpur we had readily available land, water and power with connectivity for these projects to come up quickly. This is the advantage of Orissa, and the advantage of Orissa is not only in port-led growth, which I mentioned, but also in setting up of new ports, whether it is captive ports like Jatadhari Muhan or the ArcelorMittal port at Mahakalpada, or our government's new port, Mahanadi Riverine port, which we are very soon going to bring out into the market, or the ports at Palur or at Bahuda Muhan, which will soon be brought out into the public domain and before the investors community. We are therefore very excited about the Global Maritime Summit, and Orissa, as I mentioned to you in the beginning, always seizes the opportunity. How have we seized the opportunity for maritime growth? We have seized this opportunity in two ways. One is the development of ports, which is the port policy. Our port policy of 2022 is very progressive. Today it is the best policy in the country. It provides for participation of all stakeholders, whether it is for development of lighthouses for tourism, for cruise complexes, cruise operators, or for development of captive ports, captive jetties, as well as for ports in the private-public partnership mode, as well as pure commercial ports. Our port policy, I would suggest that you be familiar with it, and we will in future be organizing more and more events of this nature in order to popularize this policy. This policy takes care of what is called port development, and simultaneously our industrial policy 2022, and these two policies run conjunctive to each other, take care of what is called port-led industrial growth. If any stakeholder in this community would be interested to learn more about our port policy or our industrial policy, please feel free to be in touch with us. These two are our sectoral experts. You can note down their names and numbers, and you are free to communicate with them at any point of time in order to resolve your queries or learn more about what kind of opportunities Orissa provides for both development of ports as well as port-led industrial growth. We are extremely thankful to Paradip Port Authority for having given Orissa an opportunity to participate in this roadshow, and we can assure you that we will take full advantage, Bhushan Kumar ji, of the Global Maritime Summit and participate wholeheartedly and with all stakeholders along with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for the insightful presentation. Congratulations, Industry Department, for its exemplary success. And thank you for all the good words about PPA family that will motivate us to work harder in future. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor for the House to be having with us Honorable Minister for State, Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, Shri Shantanu Thakur, under whose able leadership the maritime trade of the nation is thriving. Can we have a round of applause for the Honorable Chief Guest, please? And may I request you, sir, to please honor the House with your address, Shri Thakur. Sir, I'll request you to... Sir, may I request someone to please unmute the device? We cannot hear you.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible now. May I request you, sir, to please address the House?
Yeah. Video kothay? What is video? Yeah, namaskar to everyone. Is it, are you listening to me?
You're absolutely audible, sir.
Yeah, namaskar to everyone, all of you. Today in this great events, here is present Sri P.L. Harananji, Chairman of Port Shipping and Waterways, Chairman of Paradip, Sri Bhushan Kumar ji, J. Sagarmala, Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways, Sri Hemant Sharma, Principal Secretary, Industries Department, Government of Odisha, Srimati Usha Padiji, Principal Secretary, Commerce and Transport Department, Government of Odisha, Sri V. Janardhan Raoji, Chief Executive Officer, Gopalpur Ports Limited, Sri Sanjeev Kumar Gupta ji, Chief Executive Officer, Dhamra Port Company Limited, Sri Nilavra Dasgupta ji, Deputy Chairman, Paradip Port Authority, other senior officials, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, I like to say that the Harananji personally requested to me to preside this ceremony, this roadshow, and I finalized this day. But unfortunately, due to my some own reason, I couldn't participate at that roadshow. That's why I feel very sorry for that. But I manage my time by this, conversation. So today, I like to say that this is a very important issue for us, and so many technical issues I have listened since long time. But I like to say what is the actual our demand by these ministry or by this subject. Actually, our honorable Prime Minister and his future thought is to progress, is to bring the economy, lot of economy generation by these our port shipping and waterways. ये तभी सफल होगा, मैं थोड़ा सा हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, ये तभी सफल होगा माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का ये फ्यूचर थॉट, जब हम लोगों ने अच्छी तरह से हम ट्रेड कर पाएंगे। ट्रेड का मतलब है माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने सबसे पहले एक बात को रखे हैं, वो है लोकल फॉर वोकल। इसका मतलब है लोकल में जो हमारा हर जिले में, हर राज्य में जो प्रोडक्ट हम लोग उत्पाद करते हैं, उस उत्पाद को हम लोगों को नेशनली और इंटरनेशनली हमको परिचित कराना पड़ेगा, और बाहर के जो देश हैं उसमें उसका डिमांड बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। और इसके लिए सबसे सुविधाजनक, लाभदायक हमारा जो कम्युनिकेशन है वो है हमारा ये वाटरवेज ट्रांसपोर्टेशन। तो इसके द्वारा हम लोग सबसे पहले जान सकते हैं कि हम हमारे भारत महासागर को कितने अच्छी तरीके से हम लोग यूज कर पाए, क्योंकि वर्ल्ड के 13% ट्रेड हमारे इस भारत महासागर से होता है, लेकिन पिछले हम 75 सालों से बहुत अच्छी तरीके से इस ओशन को हम लोग अच्छी तरह से यूज नहीं कर पा रहे थे, क्योंकि ये हमारा पिछले गवर्नमेंट का ये हमारा एक क्या कहते हैं जो लूज थॉट ऑफ दिस शॉर्ट ऑफ इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स। लेकिन लास्ट 9 सालों में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो लोकअपकरिंग किए हैं हमारे इस पोर्ट शिपिंग एंड वाटरवेज मिनिस्ट्री है और ये जो अथॉरिटी है इनके ऊपर, इसमें हम लोगों को माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को जो कहना है वो सबसे पहले है हमारा वो जो लोकल फॉर वोकल प्रोडक्ट, उसको कितना अच्छे तरीके से हम लोग पोर्ट में पहुंचा सके, और इसके लिए हमको क्या क्या इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का डेवलपमेंट करना है वो हमको सबसे पहले सोचना है। इसमें सबसे पहले आएगा डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर, चाहे वो रेल का हो, चाहे वो सड़क का हो, चाहे वो विमान का हो, क्योंकि सबसे ज्यादा एक्सपोर्ट अगर हम लोग कर पाएंगे तो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो फ्यूचर थॉट है इस अमृत काल में कि हम लोग आगे जाके 2047 में हम लोग 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी में पहुंचेंगे, ये हमारा जो थॉट है इसको वास्तविक कर पाएंगे, इसको रियलिटी में पहुंचा पाएंगे तब जब हमारा टोटल ये जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है इसका डेवलपमेंट होगा। गवर्नमेंट का सोच है कि पोर्ट लेड इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन जब होगा तब पोर्ट लेड इंडस्ट्री में ये सब वोकल हमारा जो लोकल फॉर वोकल प्रोडक्ट्स है इसको हम डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर्स के माध्यम में तुरंत पोर्ट में पहुंचा पाएंगे, और वहां से हम उसको एक्सपोर्ट कर पाएंगे विश्व के बहुत सारे देश में। और इसके लिए हमको सबसे पहले पोर्ट का हर एक चीज, हर एक जो सेक्टर है उस सेक्टर को हमको डेवलप करना होगा, चाहे वो हमारा सागर माला के द्वारा हमारे जितने सारे पोर्ट के जो एरिया, हमारा जो इनलैंड वाटरवेज है उससे हमको जो ये प्रोडक्ट है को आवागमन कराना, क्योंकि हम लोग जानते हैं कि इनलैंड वाटरवेज जो हमारा नेशनल हमारा जो वाटरवेज है इसमें सबसे कम खर्च में हम लोग सामान को आवागमन कर सकते हैं, और इसके लिए हम लोग ये जब तक ये पोर्ट में हम जितना जल्दी फास्टर हम ला पाएंगे वो हमारा सबसे बड़ा कामयाबी होगा। क्योंकि आपको एक छोटा सा नजारा देना चाहता हूं, शायद सोचिए कि आज चाइना इतना बिजनेस में ये समुद्री बिजनेस में इतना आगे क्यों बढ़ गया है? बढ़ गए इतने लिए उनका जो इंटरनल जो कम्युनिकेशन है वो बहुत ही इजियर है, क्योंकि एक स्टेट से एक स्टेट तक अगर हमारा 24 घंटा लग जाता है प्रोडक्ट को आने में, वहां चाइना को लगता है 12 घंटा सिर्फ। तो ये 12 घंटे जो फास्टर है चाइना, इसके लिए चाइना आगे बढ़ जा रहे हैं। हमको इस विषय पे ध्यान देना है कि हम कितना स्विफ्ट इजी कम्युनिकेशन कर पाए पोर्ट को यूज करने के लिए और पोर्ट्स को हम इस प्रोडक्ट को बाहर भेजने के लिए। जितना ही इजी कम्युनिकेशन हमारा होगा उतना ही हम फास्टर होंगे और हमारा माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो 5 ट्रिलियन जो इकोनॉमी का थॉट है वो हम लोग उसमें कामयाब। हम हमारे हरानंद जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहते हैं कि अभी पारादीप का जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, जो कामयाबी है, वो मैं एप्रिशिएट करता हूं इसलिए कि 2014 तक, 14 से पहले यहाँ का जो टोटल जो हमारा जो ये हुआ था पोर्ट कार्गो जो हैंडलिंग हो रहा था वो था 68 मिलियन टनेज, बट लास्ट 9 सालों में वो जाके पहुंचा है 135.35 मिलियन टनेज। तो लगभग हम लोग देखे हैं कि 6 से 7 सालों में ये टनेज जो हैंडलिंग जो कर रहे हैं, कार्गो हैंडलिंग का जो प्रोसेस है, ये 100 गुना ज्यादा बढ़ गया है। तो इसके लिए ये जो टेक्निकली प्रोसेस लिया जा रहा है हमारे पारादीप के द्वारा, ये बहुत ही हमारे लिए एक क्या कहेंगे, मतलब कि एक बहुत बड़ा फ्यूचर प्रोग्रेसिव थॉट है। और ये फ्यूचर प्रोग्रेसिव थॉट के लिए पारादीप एक समय जाके बहुत ही अच्छा ट्रेड हब बन सकता है, क्योंकि अगर भौगोलिक रूप से हम देखें कि पारादीप ये उड़ीसा में हमारा जो नेचुरल रिसोर्स है, ये नेचुरल रिसोर्स बहुत ही मूल्यवान है। ये शायद हमारे अंतरराष्ट्रीय ये आवागमन और हमारे एक्सपोर्ट के लिए, बाहरी देश के एक्सपोर्ट के लिए, आवागमन के लिए ये पोर्ट एक एसेंशियल जियोग्राफी प्लेस कहा जा सकता है। हम मानते हैं आगे जाके हमारे ये हरानंद जी के और हमारे जितने सारे उनके साथी हैं, हमारे पोर्ट के जो साथी हैं, सब ने मिलकर हमारे इस कामयाब को, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को जो ये फ्यूचर थॉट है, इसको सफल करेंगे। खास करके सागरमाला जो इनिशिएटिव लिए हैं, ये बहुत ही अच्छा है। भारत को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए बहुत बड़ा ही थॉट माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के 2015 में लिया गया था। और मैं मानता हूं भूषण जी भी बहुत ही कामयाबी से ये काम कर रहे हैं। आगे जाके पारादीप एक बहुत बड़ा हब और पोर्ट के, एक भारतवर्ष में श्रेष्ठ पोर्ट, वर्ल्ड में एक श्रेष्ठ पोर्ट बने, ये हमारा थॉट है। इसी के साथ मैं सभी को और एक बार मेरा हार्दिक अभिनंदन करते हुए मेरा बात को विराम देता हूं। जय हिंद, नमस्कार, वंदे मातरम।
Thank you so much, sir, for honoring us with your enlightening words. And we from Odisha vow to do our share to make GMIS 2023 a gigantic success. Thank you so much. Can we have another round of applause for the Honorable Chief Guest? Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we have small tokens of gratitude for all the dignitaries on the dais. May I request Head of our family, Shri P.L. Harunath, to present token of gratitude to the dignitaries. To esteemed Principal Secretary Industries, Shri Hemant Sharma ji. There's a traditional Angavastra and a small token of gratitude from PPI family. Thank you very much, Shri Sharma, for those overwhelming words and the support. May I request you, sir, to present a token of gratitude to esteemed Principal Secretary, Commerce and Transport, Madam Usha Padi ji. Thank you, ma'am, having you here. And all those supportive words mean so much to PPI family. May I request Shri Harunath to present a token of gratitude to esteemed Joint Secretary Sagarmala, Shri Bhushan Kumar. Thank you very much, sir, for being here in Odisha for this road show and for all the hard work the ministry is doing to make GMIS a signature initiative every year. Congratulations and good luck for 2023. May I request Shri Haranath to present a token of gratitude to Shri V. Janardhan Rao. Thank you, Shri Rao, and thank you, Gopalpur Ports. May I request Shri Haranath to present a token of gratitude to Shri Sanjeev Gupta. Thank you, Shri Gupta. Thank you, Dhamra Port, for all the support in making this road show so special and successful. Can we have a round of applause for the host team, led by Shri Haranath? Thank you very much, sir, for doing the honors. Time for the vote of thanks. May I request Deputy Chairperson PPA, Shri Nilabhra Das Gupta, to do the honor, please.
Respected dignitaries on and off the stage, delegates, guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is indeed my proud privilege to be able to propose the formal vote of thanks on this august occasion. To begin with, I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our Honorable Union Minister, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarvanand Sonowalji, who despite his very hectic and busy schedule consented to address the august audience through a virtual address. Sir emphasized the pivotal role of Paradip Port in India's maritime domain. Sir also expressed confidence that the GMIS would provide a platform for stakeholders to explore and leverage the vast opportunities within the maritime sector. I'm sure Sir's infectious enthusiasm will inspire all of us to strive harder in making the Maritime Summit a grand success. Our heartfelt thanks to Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Ports, Shipping, Shri Shantanu Thakur sir, who graced the occasion through video conferencing and gave a clarion call for everyone's presence on the grand GMIS Summit to be held in October in Delhi. I'm confident that we'll heed his call and make the event a massive and grand success. My heartfelt thanks to Shri Hemant Sharma, IAS Principal Secretary Industries, State of Odisha. As usual, sir, with his encyclopedic knowledge, encompassed the term that defines the summit: connect, collaborate, and create. Thank you, sir, for taking time out and addressing in the audience in such a comprehensive manner, not only putting forth the industry in Odisha, but also the opportunities and the strength that the maritime sector has for the whole of the nation and the stakeholders also. My heartfelt gratitude to Srimati Usha Padi, Madam, IAS Principal Secretary, Commerce and Transport Department, Odisha. Madam, you provided a comprehensive overview. Madam also was no less than any man, not only added to the diversity of the stage, but also enriched this august gathering by giving such an incisive presentation. Thank you, Madam. My heartfelt thanks to Shri Bhushan Kumar, sir, Joint Secretary, Sagarmala, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, for sharing insights into the development and achievements of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India over the past decade, and also providing a brief overview of the GMIS-2023 Summit. Sir also highlighted the various policy and legislative innovations which I am sure all the stakeholders were enriched from. My gracious thanks to our speakers from the non-major ports, the private ports in Odisha, Shri V. Janardhan Rao and Shri Sanjeev Kumar Gupta ji, who briefed us and represented their ports and also held forth the opportunities that the ports have for the maritime sector and the stakeholders present here. I'm sure that along with Paradip Port, we shall collaborate and take the state of Odisha much further and the nation much further in getting more glory in the maritime sector. I thank Shri P.L. Haranath sir, Chairman Paradip Port, who captained this event and guided us throughout. I thank friends from the media, both audiovisual and print. Without the media, any kind of outreach is almost impossible, and it is your help and assistance which I'm sure will also ensure that the Global Maritime India Summit is a grand success. I'd like to thank all my colleagues from the Paradip Port, all personnel connected to this event, including the anchor, the caterers, the media team, and all other people for making this roadshow a grand success, which is but a curtain raiser to the Global Maritime India Summit 2023 scheduled for October. Last but not the least, my sincere thanks to the august audience present in this hall. Without you, this roadshow could not have been possible. The roadshow serves as a prelude to the third Global Maritime India Summit to be held from 17th to 19th October in New Delhi. It is a significant event that will bring together government dignitaries, industry leaders, maritime stakeholders, and enthusiasts. This summit is poised to shape the future of the industry, reinforce India's position as a global maritime leader. I welcome you all to the summit. I invite you all to the summit, and we look forward to your continued support and active involvement in making the Global Maritime India Summit 2023 a resounding success. Thank you all. Thank you once again, and I invite you all for lunch. Jai Hind.